Queen NEWS-Shakur, Shakur.
Queen NEWS-Shakur, Shakur.
We know you listening. Just pay respect. Queen of receipts, queen of receipts, teaser, the lady of lies. We here for the queen, you here for lies. All hail the mighty queen. Dropping receipts, you know you heard it here first. Queen, 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 yeah, you know what it is. Queen of receipts. No, nobody drop it like the queen. Oh, be aware, tease her ass out here lying. Just be prepared. No, girl, you didn't hear that shit till the queen said it. You don't have receipts for nothing. Yeah, teaser is telling lies. All hail the queen, dropping receipts. Sing that, sing out loud. Queen. We know you listening. Just pay respect. Nobody move like the queen. Nobody prove like the queen. Teaser spinning stories, we just stacking scenes. Receipts on receipts, paper trail clean. You talking, we documenting different regime. Oh, hail the queen. You don't have receipts for nothing. Yeah, teaser is telling lies. Girl, you didn't hear that shit till the queen said it. All hail the mighty queen, dropping receipts. You know you heard it here first. Queen of receipts, queen of receipts, teaser, the lady of lies. We here for the queen, you here for lies. All hail the queen, 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 queen. Yeah, you know what it is. Queen of receipts. Queen NEWS-Shakur, Shakur. Queen NEWS-Shakur. Queen NEWS-Shakur, Shakur.
It's the one and only queen of receipts, is dropping gems in these YouTube streets. The lawyer voice, nowhere to go. Tune in for the infamous morning show, giving the news that you need to know. So don't you dare miss the wake up call. Then in the evening, I got all for y'all. Get your dose of daily vitamins. You know the queen makes it make sense. So true.
Sex game, my kick, the words, my favorite. Can't even only be money saves. It's like an earthquake, don't calling you out. Queen of constant, just get it from the ground. Such an awesome place, just a more for all.
Well, hello everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen NEWS-Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen NEWS-Shakur, and this is the first dose of your daily vitamins. I did not expect to come back so soon. Okay, I want you all to pay attention. Shout out to Desmond for sending me this story. It's breaking news. Breaking news, honey. Bart has gotten a lawyer and he's about to sue all of y'all's arses for saying that he was dating Katie because he said that it's not even Katie. I told y'all. I told y'all that wasn't Katie last night. Y'all didn't listen. Ha! I told y'all I didn't think that was Katie, but hold on. And especially since you know who week 2 broke the story. I told y'all that girl be lying, honey. Nobody should have listened, including me. Okay, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Okay, Kel said, the queen said it first. Yeah, I told y'all last night, honey. Now listen. Here's what it says, honey. This just in from TMZ. Okay, Kayla said, I knew the picture was fake. You know, I don't think the picture is fake. He said that was a girl that he dated, but it just isn't Katie, honey. That's what he said. Now, listen to this. Nolan Wells' friend lawyers up over rumors he killed him over a girl. So a friend of Nolan Wells's is lawyering up amid a wave of online speculation, denying a viral photo shows him with a woman that some social media users are attempting to link to Nolan's death. So attorney Russell Latino says the old high school photo does show Bart Edmiston Jr. with a young woman, but insists she is not Katie McCormick, a woman social media users have attempted to romantically link to both Bart and Nolan. So Latino says Bart has never dated Katie and did not even know who she was before Nolan's death. Now, Latino said flatly, says that Bart flatly denies the notion that he killed Nolan or contributed to his death in any way. Well, you know, that remains to be seen, Bart, because we heard them saying, damn it, Bart, on that boat, you know, and and I do, like I told you all before, I still think that he was so envious of Nolan, okay, because of his football, him being an elite athlete. So anyway, and I just want you all to pay attention because I'm the first one that brought Bart's name up, and I still hold to that I absolutely think that he should be the number one suspect. Now, the police haven't called him that, but they absolutely should, in my opinion. Okay, this is all nefarious. Now, Nirvana says, so Bart's suing over people claiming he dated Katie, not over people claiming he's a killer. Nirvana, that is absolutely genius, okay? Because that's exactly what it sounds like, beloved. Okay, please pay attention. So, goes on to say that his lawyer says Bart helped a boat in distress and has fully cooperated with investigators, providing access to his boat, GPS, and home, and now plans to sue the people spreading what the family calls wholly fabricated claims. So, honey, please pay attention because anyone that didn't choose their words carefully is going to get hit with a lawsuit, according to Bart and Russell Latino, who's his attorney. So, in addition, Latino said Bart received a credible death threat yesterday because of the made-up speculation. I believe right now he's putting 20 on 10. Did somebody really threaten him? Bart, sit down somewhere. Okay, he said the FBI, state, and local law enforcement have all been notified. Y'all hear that? Well, here's the thing. You know, I don't think it's far-fetched for people to think that he, in fact, may have done something, because why did the police need his GPS information and all of that? Okay. Why did they want to know anything about him if all he did, according to him, was help a boat that was in distress? Why do they need to come to his house and gather information and details? Okay, they must have thought something about him or something that was said or done or something they were told or heard was absolutely nefarious. That's just what I think about it. But here's the thing. You know, see, this is what I'm telling you all. I want you all to pay very close attention. You see, I have told you all time and time again. See, that's why I don't like to be listening to people about certain stuff unless I can just prove it or whatever, or have a good reason at least to believe it. Because the bottom line is, this can give him an out. That's what he's trying to use this for. Because even if he did do something to Nolan, which I absolutely 100% think that he did, and the others all know about it and help to cover it up, that is my opinion. But here's the thing. The fact that he's been falsely accused of dating Katie McCormick, okay, that can give him an out. Okay, that can give him an out. And here's the thing, he's not lying about that not being Katie. I just want you all to know that for anyone who's thinking he's lying, he's not lying. because he already knows that we could easily find out if that was really her. Another thing is the fact that Katie McCormick never said anything about dating him or knowing him or whatever. And she did cooperate with the police. And she also spoke to Nolan's parents. Okay. So if there was anything like that going on, she probably would have said it. And so at the end of the day, honey, I told y'all Wig be over there lying, honey. Y'all gonna keep listening to Wig and we all gonna be locked up behind bars. Okay. Well, y'all will, not me. But yeah, so, but in all seriousness, he can use this whole story right here now, and this is what I mean when I talk about muddying the waters. Okay, and I told you all that Wig puts 20 on 10 and she muddies the waters. Okay, did the same thing at the Diddy trial. So my thing is, if in fact this isn't Katie, and I believe it absolutely isn't, because like I said, he's not that stupid, okay, nor are his parents or whoever's talking to him, and definitely not his attorney, okay, if they knew that this was really Katie. This was not Katie. And that was in high school. He didn't say who the person was, and he doesn't really have to. The bottom line is he's talking about filing lawsuits for libel, defamation, and slander. Okay? I want y'all to pay attention. I want y'all to pay attention because just that quick, everybody can be going down. All right? Now, the highest point says, they're all liars. You cannot believe anything they say at all, not even a little bit. Trust no one at this point. You're absolutely right. We can't believe anything they say. But I'm telling you, it's not that I believe him. I believe his lawyer. The lawyer is not going to take a case, honey, if he knew that that was Katie McCormick. The lawyer would be a fool to do that because then the lawyer could, in fact, get sued. Okay? So that all been said, it's safe to say that that was not Katie, like I told y'all in the first place. Okay, like I told y'all in the first place. But anywho, with that all being said, looks like more lawsuits are coming. Sadly, probably for social media users. Okay. And I want you all to pay attention. See, I always choose my words carefully because if you notice in that TikTok, I basically talked about, I suspected that he did something, even though I can't prove it, because of the football thing. And then I said, not to mention rumors. Okay. That's what I called it, rumors. Okay. So the waters getting muddy can absolutely give someone an out. And that's why I don't like to say, everything that people are just putting out. I like to make sure that at least, even if it's my opinion, that I have some sort of foundation, okay, that would make it a plausible situation. Anyway, Cheryl said bogus threats, scare tactics. Well, here's the thing, Cheryl. I absolutely believe it's a scare tactic because, like I told you all, honey, suing, you do not want to open up that can of worms because then you have to go through the period of discovery. So that absolutely is a scare tactic, in my opinion. Now, and also think about, like I told you all earlier, the guy who came out speaking after Governor Tate Reeves, and I can't remember the guy's name, but remember he came out talking about, oh, people better stop speculating, and anybody that's out here saying stuff and giving out misinformation is going to be, they're going to be, did he say they're going to be arrested? I don't know. He said something, he made some sort of thinly veiled threat, basically saying you're going to have consequences and repercussions. Okay. And I'm like, dude, sit down somewhere. If you're not going after Sheriff Ledbetter for speculating on the case, please don't try to come for us. Okay, please don't try to come for us. Now, I'm not going to be here all day. This is about to be a real quick live, honey. So don't y'all get used to it because I have some things to do. And I came live so I could get this out here quickly and so I could get y'all quickly to the channel. But hold on, while I'm here, there's something else I want to speak to you all about. Okay, likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Also, let me just give my sponsor a shout out because I forgot in my haste.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
All right, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes Hair Oil at Etsy.com. Just look for Lisa Kratz. You can also find her products at Walmart.com. And don't forget that she sells beard oil. Vince, I am from the UK talking about apologies for being late. Well, I'm just glad you showed up at this point, beloved, because I was beginning to get concerned. I almost put out a bolo on you yesterday. And I also wanted to talk to you about the young black teen who looked to be about 13 years old, okay, who was accosted by the police over there in the UK because they were play fighting. And the police tried to say they were actually fighting, but the way they had their poor child down on the ground, hands behind his back and all of that, and he's sitting there saying, what did I do? What did I do? And then a white man, a kind white man, was saying, be careful with him. He's just a child. Okay, and that's why I have to always shout out the good white folk, honey, because they saw those two brutes who were clearly racist put that little kid on the ground. He looked like he was he could have been at least 12. I mean, that's how young he looked. But yeah, they hemmed him up because they were supposedly play fighting. I mean, they can't tell the difference between a play fight and a real one. I don't know. So that's what it was. Okay. You've been working a lot, Vince. You know, I'm just messing with you, beloved. Honey, just tune in when you can. Okay. We have plenty of moderators to go around. Now, let me tell you all this other story that I was going to tell you all about later, but we'll go ahead and do it now since I'm on here. So I just want you all to think about how corrupt the judicial system is here and how they constantly cover up things. I want you to pay attention because this is very important. Okay. Vince says that was really sad, Queen. It is. It is really sad, beloved. Okay. So now listen, there's this couple. Let me get these receipts up. Hold on, beloveds. Now, I just happened to see this story yesterday. So apparently this all happened in 2025, but it's now about to go to court, I guess. Or, well, it was supposed to go to court until something shady happened. Now, listen to this. So they say a white couple allegedly deleted court files to protect USF doctors in black patients' wrongful death lawsuit. Do you all hear this? Okay, do you all hear this? Yeah, they deleted the files. Who does that? Now, this is why I tell you all, we know what the law says and what the law requires and all of that, but very often these people do not abide by the law. Okay? So let's get into it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. So with that being said, this is the beautiful young lady right here who lost her life. This is the nefarious couple, okay, who supposedly deleted the files to keep her from getting any sort of justice, for her family from getting justice. Okay, Time with the Queen says, thank you, Queen, for keeping us informed. You're absolutely welcome, beloved. Okay, I appreciate your kind words. Now listen to this. They say nationwide, the family of a prominent African-American family with deep ties to the University of Florida, known as USF. Let me take that off the screen. Okay. So they say they're sounding the alarm on what they call a blatant cover-up. Now, does that sound familiar? At the center of the scandal are Victor Christ, the Hillsborough County Clerk of Court. Now, does that sound familiar? Because that almost sounds like Judge Ashley Cole, okay? And his wife, Angela, a longtime employee of USF. So together, the couple is accused of conspiring to shield USF and its doctors from accountability and the wrongful death of Patricia Washington by erasing critical court records. Do you all hear this? And they want us to think that justice is blind and that it's all fair? And that it's equal opportunity for everyone? It isn't. You see, this is absolutely egregious. And I want you all to pay attention to this. Just as well as they can sit here and report this story, and you know that this absolutely happened, these things happen all of the time. Now, every now and then we get a case like Nolan's that goes national, okay, and we all get to hear about it. And I believe this is what's going on with Nolan's case. I believe that Nolan's case is the straw that broke the camel's back that's going to basically expose all of the corrupt things that have been going on down there in Mississippi for decades. Okay, because Mississippi is still burning. Please pay attention. But now listen to this. So they got rid of the records so this family couldn't sue for their loved one who died at the hands of this doctor. And you know, if just from reading the story, I think the doctor may have been racist. I'm sorry, I absolutely do. So here's what they say. The Florida Supreme Court appointed Kimball Lewis, an African-American circuit judge, to oversee the case. However, her first attempt was to dismiss the case without a hearing. Now, why would she dismiss it without a hearing? Oh, that's right, because one of them was the clerk of the court. Okay? With that all being said, please pay attention. Now, they go on to say Patricia Washington underwent surgery at Tampa General Hospital, performed by a surgeon employed by USF Health. Now, that procedure left her with an open wound that was near her heart, which eventually became septic. And for those of you who don't know what septic is, let me tell you, it can be deadly. And in her case, sadly, it was. Septic is when you start developing bacteria in your blood. Okay. And it can absolutely come from an open wound like that. So my question is, this doctor, this surgeon, having done this procedure on her, why would he leave an open wound, and specifically one that was close to her heart? Because any good doctor should know that. Okay. Clearly he wasn't a good doctor. Now, it goes on to say, now I still think he knew better than that. I'm just saying, I don't think he gave her the level of care for whatever reason, and likely because she's Black. And I'm sorry to make that about race, but that's what it always is. Or not always, but that's what it usually is when it comes to these sort of situations. We hear about how these Black women die all the time in childbirth, okay, 3 times more than their white counterparts, okay? And I have experienced it myself in a hospital when they refuse to give me something for the pain, and they act like Black women specifically have a higher threshold for pain. And that comes from the bullshit that they did back during slavery and during Jim Crow, when they would perform experimental surgeries and procedures on Black women, specifically Black men too, but more so Black women. And they would not even use anesthesia. Now that was torture. But they want to act like, oh, well, we just did it because they have a higher threshold for pain. This is how the devils try to justify their BS, okay? So anyway, it goes on to say, despite clear medical risk, the doctor refused. Now, this is what really made me think he must have had some sort of hatred towards people who look like me. Because listen to this. Despite clear medical risk that the doctor knew about, absolutely, he refused to close or even treat the wound. Who does that? Patricia later died from sepsis, and troublingly, the physician allowed his medical license to lapse, allegedly after his privileges at TGH were revoked. So the Washington family filed a verified wrongful death complaint in Hillsborough County, identifying USF Health doctors and the TGH as defendants. The case was initially docketed as 25- CA 2858, whatever that means, with summonses issued to the parties. Okay, so another related case came about, and it was documented pursuit compliance notifications, ensuring the family had met procedural requirements. But as the 2-year statute of limitations deadline loomed, both cases suddenly vanished mysteriously from the court's official record. Now, do you all hear this? I want you all to pay attention because, like I said, this happens all the time. These stories that we hear are just a few, just a handful of them. Okay? But people want us to think that we've moved so far ahead. We have not. We're living in Jim Crow 2.0. Now, the family's investigation uncovered that the disappearance of Patricia's cases weren't a clerical error. It was deliberate. They accused Clerk of Court Victor Christ of ordering his office to delete the filings, effectively erasing Patricia's wrongful death action, okay, and the pre-suit compliance evidence. For a sitting clerk of court, such an act represents an unprecedented breach of neutrality, converting the court itself into an active participant and shielding USF from lawsuits and bad publicity. Okay, sounds like Judge Ashley Cole. Sounds like Judge Ashley Cole, what she's doing in this whole case. And this is all alleged. Mind you, I can't prove it, but I'm just telling you my opinion. Now, and let's talk about the nepotism connection. You see, the motive the Washingtons allege lies in the Christ family's ties to USF. This is what I'm telling you all. This is called Southern Fried Justice. That's when the devils have done something nefarious to a person who looks like me, and rather than assuring that they get justice, that they get some sort of compensation or anything for what has happened to them, they do everything they can to cover it up so they don't get nothing, no justice, no type of monetary award or anything. So they say USF not only employs her, but also employs the very doctors at USF Health and Mort-Sinai College of Medicine who treated Patricia at TGF before her death. So all of these people work together and know each other, and they work together in tandem, in concert. Now, the Washingtons believe this link represents a direct conflict of interest and points to nepotism as a driving force behind the destruction of their legal filings. And they say there was a pattern of judicial protection for USF. Doesn't this all ring familiar? Okay, that's what I'm telling you all about it. So the family's ordeal doesn't stop with the Christ. They cite a broader pattern of judges and court officials stepping in to insulate USF from accountability, like that African-American judge even did the same thing. Clearly a whole raccoon, because she just went ahead and her first move was to dismiss it without a hearing, mind you. So, retired Judge Gregory P. Holder allegedly manipulated court systems to issue harmful rulings against USF critics, while Circuit Judge Melissa Polo issued an extraordinary injunction in 2022 that barred the Washingtons from pursuing public records access against the university. So, you mean to tell me she issued an injunction so they couldn't even get the public records? Federal Judge Stephen D. Meriday later reinforced Polo's order, locking the family out of both state and federal courts. This is what they do. This is very important that you realize this, people. They work together in concert. Okay, the Bible says, the counsel of the wicked are confederate against my people, the crafty counsel of the wicked. They are confederate against us. And I want you all to pay attention, because they really are. All of these different judges who saw the case and reviewed it all stuck together. They all did, even the black one. Okay? Clearly someone like Officer Rage Batum Tatum, in my opinion. So, anyway, goes on to say that Federal Judge Stephen D. Meriday later reinforced Polo's order. Okay, so there were calls for a federal investigation. Now, the Washingtons are urging the U.S. Department of Justice and the FBI to widen their lens beyond the Title 11 enforcement at USF and directly probe the university's influence over the Florida judiciary. Because how do they have such a hold on them? Someone, I'm going to tell you what it is, okay, in my opinion. Someone is doing backdoor deals. They're greasing each other's palms. It's a case of you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. And the main thing that it is the good old boys system. And they have one in all of these small towns, specifically where there's a lot of people who don't look like me, okay? So they argued that the Christ conspiracy, deleting wrongful death filings from official records, should be the starting points of such an inquiry. Now, the family points to surveillance footage of Christ and several judges meeting privately with Judge Meriday. See, I told you, backdoor meetings on June the 10th of 2025 as further evidence of collusion. Just like they colluded against Colin Kaepernick to get him out of the NFL. Now, court officials and the MAGA millions all lied and said, oh, he wasn't that good of a quarterback anyway. Please, okay? Now, court officials are not supposed to conspire with universities to make cases disappear. That's what the family said in a statement. The deletion of Patricia's files shows just how far the corruption has spread, and I cannot stand it, or it cannot stand. Absolutely, it can't, and something has to be done about it. So, like I said, honey, this happens all the time in the divided snakes. This is what they do to our people. They are confederate against us. And the bottom line is, this is why I keep telling you all, we have to get the nefarious people out of there. Okay? Exactly, Nirvana said, sounds like Trump's art of the deal. Exactly. And I'm glad you brought up Trump, because that's exactly what I was about to say next. This is why we have to make sure that the Republicans, now I know some of y'all black folk are just crazy. Okay, y'all are not thinking about what's in your best interest. You're just too busy thinking about how the Democrats have let us all down. And I admit that they absolutely have. But what I will say is the Democrats have never been, nor could they ever, in my opinion, be as bad as Trump and his minions. Look at what they're doing. They're causing the whole destruction of this country. And I told you all, I pre-warned you, I predicted that Trump, if he were to get in office for the second term, he was absolutely going to dismantle America from the inside out, and it would all be done intentionally. And look at him now, starting a whole illegal war that he refuses to end, okay? And just making up all these myriads of excuses, and this is where we are. We're headed straight to hell in a handbasket. Now, Dinah says, hadn't Katie left on the other boat? She's mystery girl. Right. Funny thing is, they said in that police report they didn't even know who the girl was. Said it was an unknown woman, which I found absolutely egregious. Okay, but thank you for your insight, beloved, and your contribution to the channel. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Tina said, where's Nolan's throat? Honey, I would like to know that as well. It may be down there in Mississippi in the medical examiner's office, but why? That's my question. Okay, and what's taking so long for the toxicology report to come back? And why is Officer Rage Batum Tatum saying that when it does come back, it's going to show 100% conclusively, according to a source that told him this, that Nolan was on drugs? So anyway, with that all being said, listen, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. I just wanted to run this all by you and let you all know that Katie is not the girl who was in that picture with Bart. He did not date her, and that is not the reason that Nolan is no longer here. Okay, so I'm just going to stick to my own theory. He wanted to continue to be the hometown hero. That's what it was. Okay, please pay attention. Now, Ashkan says they're on the Confederate to confetti pipeline in Minecraft. Ashkan, stop. Okay? They absolutely are. Okay, so anyway, oh, hey, we got a new member, Nubia Ra. Thank you for becoming a channel member, beloved. I appreciate you. Peace, love, and blessings. Now, listen, I'm out of here, guys, because y'all know I have to come back, right? I'm going to be back later on this evening. So until then, you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. This is how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And I will talk to you all again soon. And remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Till next time, peace.
4th of July, fireworks in the sky, but the truth still buried underground. Royal Low, yeah. They told me, wave the flag while the chains still clank. Told me, praise the names on the blood-soaked banks. Told me, freedom was born in the room full of men who wrote liberty down while they own human skins. So fuck your founding fathers and the myths they made. I don't pledge to the lie, I don't kneel to the page. You can light up the sky, I remember the smoke from the fields, from the ships, from the necks in the rope. You call it independence, I call it selective. You call it patriotic, I call it protective. Other stories so fragile it cracks when questioned. Truth knocks once and they call it aggression. Yeah. Red for the blood they spill, white for the lies they told, blue for the bruises left on the bodies they sold. Don't ask me to celebrate what never included mine. I came with the receipts, I came to redraw the line. Fuck your founding fathers, I don't owe them praise. They built a nation on our backs, then told us smile through the pain. Fuck your founding fathers, let the fireworks cry. This ain't freedom for the people. If the truth still gotta hide, yeah, no justice, no peace, no lie gets crowned. We don't worship old ghosts when the roots scream loud. Fuck your founding fathers. On the 4th of July, I'm lighting up the truth while they light up the sky. They say, look how far we came. I say, look what it cost. Every courthouse got a shadow, every victory got lost. They gave statues to the takers, made heroes out of thieves. Put their faces on the money while the hungry couldn't breathe. Don't lecture me on freedom from a stolen land stage. Don't quote old documents with blood on the page. Don't tell me be grateful for a seat at the table when my people built the room and got treated unstable. You can't find me through the truth, you can dress it in stars, but the anthem still echoes like chains behind bars. I don't hate the people, I hate the disguise. I hate when the guilty get praised as the wise. Red for the blood they spill, white for the lies they told, blue for the bruises left on the bodies they sold. Don't ask me to celebrate what never included mine. I came with the receipts, I came to redraw the line. Fuck your founding fathers, I don't owe them praise. They built a nation on our backs, then told us smile.